Hello everyone, it is time yet again for another TVFCU Mortgage Moment. I'm here with Brian Fryer and I have all the burning questions. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we are in a beautiful home and I just have to know, is it a good time to buy a house?
Well, wow, that's a great question. We get asked that all the time. Everybody knows, rates have gone up a little bit. Home prices are higher than they've ever been. But it's going to depend on your own particular financial situation, where you are right now, depending on your plan. I always tell everybody, if you're thinking about it, you may want to talk to a mortgage professional, preferably someone from TVFCU, a good realtor also, and if you have a financial planner, hopefully someone from TVFCU can help you out and plan for the future and see what you want to do.
Perfect. And since we do have you here, I have more questions. Let's talk about interest rates.
Yeah. Interest rates. Interest rates, as everybody knows, the past few years with COVID after it hit, interest rates went down to almost all-time record lows. Super low, super, great rates. A lot of people got in the market buying and everything. And rates, but they do fluctuate, which we see now.
Yeah.
Rates have gone up. They are historically about what they normally have been on average, right around 7% or so. But they do fluctuate. So it's going to depend your situation on what rates are doing right now and what your plans are for the future.
Okay, and what about market conditions right now?
Yeah, that's another thing with interest rates. Market conditions can change. As we saw, well, throughout history, homes have always appreciated in value. We've had a couple of times where we saw them where they did not appreciate in value. 2008 was one of those times, but that was basically, I think, a one-off too. And ever since then, we have seen houses appreciate, especially over the past few years. We're seeing a lot of people much more mobile with their jobs now, work from home, and people moving different parts of the country. So market conditions have changed, especially in the Chattanooga area.
Yeah, and what about us as our personal financial situations? What does that need to look like in order to purchase a house? Does that matter?
It does. That's another big one. I'm a big fan of telling people, hey, you need to make a plan.
Yeah.
So in part of that plan, you need to look at your personal situation. What does your credit look like? What does your credit scores look like? Are you able to purchase a home right now based off of your credit? And if that can get you the best deal possible right now.
Yeah, and then something that I don't always like to look at, long-term plans.
Yeah, long-term plan, that's a big one.
Yeah.
And that's part of your overall planning. You want to see where you're going to be, not just a year from now, 5 years from now, 20, 30 years from now.
Yeah.
You have a couple that, let's just say they just got married. Are they going to have kids? Are you going to be looking in the future, maybe looking at schools?
Right.
You want to look at the area. You want to look, maybe if you're retiring coming up in the next 15, 20 years. So long-term planning, that goes in part with the short-term planning.
Yes, and speaking of which, let's talk affordability.
Yeah, affordability, that's a big one too. And it goes hand in hand with the market conditions on homes and on interest rates too, because all that can impact what you can afford. And the best thing to do about that is make a budget, a part of your planning, talk to a mortgage professional, what you can afford, and what you can qualify for. Also talk to a realtor too. You can get a good idea of what homes are going in certain areas and what areas that you can afford to move into.
Yeah. All right. And then something that I think is super important that we definitely need to think about when doing all these things is job stability.
Yeah, job stability. That's a big one too, because especially in the mortgage industry, we're going to look really close at income and if you can support paying back that loan. So being stable in your job and your income, you may want to look for your dual income home. If one of the other persons in your home lost their job or wanted to move to a different position, would that impact you? So financial stability is a big thing that you need to look at too.
Yeah, and you guys can also help us really get educated about local market trends. Why is it important that we do that?
Yeah, local market trends are very, very important because different areas have different types of homes. Also, different areas of the country can be more affordable than others. Everybody, they look at different parts of, if you want to live near a beach or something like that, or if you want to live near lakes, or if you want to live in the mountains, or live in more of an urban area or more of a rural area, it can impact the affordability of those homes.
Yeah. All right, and then I would love to talk about the rental market.
Yeah. That's another big one too, especially people being more mobile now.
Yeah.
It is driving up rental prices in a lot of areas of the country. A lot of the people in the younger generation want to live more in the urban areas, so that's driving up prices in the urban areas for rent, which is again driving up prices for homes because people are trying to get away from that higher rent and getting something that's more affordable for them.
Yeah, and speaking of things that are more affordable for us, you guys can help us navigate down payments and financing options as well, right?
Yes. TVFCU, we have certain products that are geared for our area. One of them is 100% financing, no money down requirement. So that's a great option, especially for the first-time home buyer that may be a little bit limited on funds, or even the second or third or fourth-time home buyer that doesn't want to use that money as a down payment. They may want to invest it. They may want to use it for something else other than putting it as a down payment. But we have options, lots of options at TVFCU.
Yes, and then something we've touched on it a little bit, but I love that you're always looking out for us and our future plans.
Yeah, future plans. That's the thing you want to look about. You know, if it's your first home, your second or third or fourth home, is what your future looks like. What are you planning to do with that home? And you may want options. You may buy a home that's maybe a little bit older, but maybe in the future you may want to remodel it. TVFCU, we do home equity lines of credit. We do second mortgages to take advantage of the equity you have in the home to maybe do some improvements on it. So definitely want to be planning for your future.
Yeah, I feel like you guys do it all at TVFCU. Thank you for always walking everyone through it. And if we want to find out more information about you guys, we need your help. Where can we find more info, Brian?
Just give us a call at 423-634-3600, or you can reach us at tvfcu.com.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.